Germany. I brought my mom all the way from California to see the view.
It's Friday, November 6th, coming up on an all-new View. We've shown you the daily madness that happens around here with celebrities, the co-hosts, and the race to get a live show on the air. And today, we're showing you the best of you two.
Get out!
Plus, John Krasinski's telling you what's in store at the office this season, and how he popped the question to actress Emily Blunt, and how he went behind the cameras to film brief interviews with hideous men. And Food Network superstar Guy Fieri is taking you on a road trip to all the nation's greatest diners, drive-ins, and dives. Even if you've watched The View every day this season, you haven't seen it through the eyes of Ms. Behar on her infamous one and only month in review. All that, hot topics, and more coming up on The View.
To The View. Sherry, you're looking a little rattled these days. Is everything all right?
I am. I'm going through child abuse. It's like my child is abusing me. Yeah, that's what I mean. Because, you know, adult abuse. Is that what it's got? Yeah, we don't want the people coming after me. You know, I had my son when I was like 38, and I think I should have had him when I was younger, Whoopi, like in my 20s, because he's a boy, he's 4, and he likes to wrestle and play. So we were wrestling, and his foot shot out and kicked me in the eye. And then his fist got me like an uppercut in my chin, and then I slipped on my back and fell and hit my head on the hardwood floor. And I'm laying there, I'm going, I can't cry because I don't want to scare him. But meanwhile, he's behind me going, you know, and he's going, Mommy, get up, please, get up, you know, because he wanted more. And meanwhile, I'm bruised, I'm limping, I think I got a walking concussion. So I just, but
Mama
he's a boy.
told you to go to the doctor and check the head out.
She said she told me to go to the doctor. I took 2 Advil, I'm fine, but it's there's the DNA of a boy. I keep thinking about you, Joy. You go, you know, give him a doll, and Jeffrey likes to wrestle and play.
Plus, don't you think that I mean, when he's with you, right? Don't you think you're kind of both now you're both parents, right? Yeah. Like, did Jeff? He usually kind of
usually did that because I like to snuggle and go, Mama loves you, but he's like, no, I want to play.
Boys want to just play. They want to destroy.
To be men.
I'm sorry. I have 1 daughter and 2 granddaughters and a grandson. They were as rough and tumble as any little boy. My daughter was just a big brute. Yeah, she'd leap out of trees and go, catch me! And, you know, I'd be like,
My daughter actually climbed out the window when we lived in a house, of course, on the first floor, when she was like 18 months, I think. Really? Climbed out the window and went to the neighbor's house next door. Just like that.
And did you get in trouble?
In those days, you could crawl out of a window.
My daughter did it.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. No, but then I went and found her. But no, she was a baby. She didn't know. The window was open. I was turning my head. The next thing I know, she walks out of that. She climbs out the window.
Little kids, little people are just, they're like that. They want to run, tumble, then they want to sit and be quiet, and they want you to sit and be quiet. Now, you know, I used to have these discussions with my daughter of saying, listen, I'm only going to the bathroom. I'm not leaving the house. Watch me go. And she goes, where are you going? Oh, come on. You know, because when you can't hold it after a while, it's like either I'm going to do it on the floor or I have to take you with me.
I bring Jeffrey in there with me. I keep going, I need privacy. But he's like, I want to be everywhere you are.
The boys, I have to say, the boys definitely stalk their mom.
I think.
Oh, he's 18.
Well, we hope. We hope it does, but the boys definitely stalk their mom.
Well, you both now, so you'll tell us.
Are you wondering why you're still single?
Am I wondering why I'm still single?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I don't mean to be rude, but a CNN.com article says
Now she is.
it's probably your fault.
Wow.
Either you don't go out enough,
okay,
or when you do, it's with a pack of chicks, or you're too shy, or you don't make enough of an effort to look good.
She doesn't. That she always looks good.
Do you think people keep themselves from finding someone, or is this just another poll?
I don't know, because I go out with my girlfriends, but I go out by myself sometimes, and I look the guy in the eye if he says hi, and I say hi, and I the extra 3 seconds to let him know I'm not, with anybody.
Yeah.
It does.
Is that what it is? The 3 second I'm okay to date? Look,
I try to, I really look him in the eye.
You're on TV putting it out there that you're hanging on to your celibacy, but with dear life.
Does that make it? Is that stopping
might be a problem.
Maybe it's weeding out as opposed to.
I think so.
Maybe I'm weeding out the ones.
Everybody.
It's a slow process.
Weeding out what ones? The gay ones you're weeding out. You're not weeding
out. I think I'm letting a person know, I'm celibate, so I'm not going to give it out, and that weeds out the ones
that may slow the process down a bit.
Yeah.
But patience, is everything, and it's the sort of halfway of what we've always said of. Don't just jump at the first thing because you think you're not good enough and you leap at the first thing that pays attention. Don't leap at the first thing that says, yeah, come on, let's hang out. Get to know somebody and then decide if you want to take them.
You really want to find somebody right now?
No, not right now. Right now, my first priority is being a mommy. Yeah, because I need somebody who's really going to love my kid.
That's right.
But a lot of people, Whoopi, say it's like that secret thing. If you think about it and what you want and you list it down. And sometimes
it'd be a secret if all those people know.
I don't know. I just think that sometimes when you obsess about it too much, the wrong person might come in and
you attract something to you, and then it'll come to you. And so that doesn't include herpes, I hope.
Oh my goodness!
But if you're so focused, there is.
Oh my goodness!
Hope not. If you are so focused about finding a husband, could you miss finding the right man and find a husband? You know what I mean?
But you can't go fishing in a desert either. You've got to go out there and find.
But am I supposed to be out there trying to find?
Am I supposed to be trying to find? Here's what might help.
Yeah.
Take a little snippet from the Heidi and Spencer Pratt book.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. The new book, How to Be Famous, Our Guide to Looking the Part, Playing the Press, and Becoming a Tabloid Fixture.
Wow. Can you say that again?
Wow. You want me to do it again?
No.
You want me to do it again? Really?
No, just a tabloid fixture.
Well, I'm sorry, they already reran it, so I'm going to do it again. The book is called How to Be Famous, Our Guide to Looking the Part, Playing the Press, and Becoming a Tabloid Fixture. It has the chapter called A Woman's Weapons of Mass Destruction that claims, quote, a crying woman trumps all because she can use those tears to manipulate a situation in her favor. What year is this?
Heidi!
What year is
Why
this?
would you do that to us, Heidi?
Heidi, Spidey.
Using the tears.
Whoever you are.
She's saying, that women can manipulate men with crying. You can manipulate a policeman who's giving you a ticket.
It's not true.
Crying.
What about your strongest
I think
weapon is your mind?
Stupid. I can't believe it's not written in crayon. That is how dumb this book is.
I think sometimes it works initially, but a person can get desensitized to that crying stuff. I think but Heidi was having a problem with Spencer because remember she wasn't telling him that she didn't want to take the birth control pill. Remember the little honesty conversation we had? Because she wanted to get pregnant.
I can't even think about that.
I have to say, there are so many people, you think about influence, right? And there are a lot of girls who are actually looking at what she's wearing, what she's saying, because they see her all the time. They want to, in a way, have a part of what she has. And it's really sad that these younger girls are going to hear her say, use your tears, they're your strength. No, it's your mind. It's your education. It's your personality, your ability to take a laugh and have a good time, but not that. Like Heidi.
When all else fails.
What is going on? These little girls
when all else fails.
When all else fails, divorce.
It also gets you fired. As we were talking about this a little bit with Barbara, and Barbara Walters was saying that you could be fired for something like that.
For crying too much?
If you cry on the job too much, you'll get fired because people don't want to see that. Don't be a victim and a little baby.
Right.
Do your job.
Right.
That's the thing. It makes you the victim when you're always crying.
Well, if you're using it that way,
What's wrong, Whoopi?
I just feel like we should go and come back with even more hot topics.
Yes,
This is the best blog in the world, so go to it every day.
No, you're not banned.
Are you sure, Bill? Because I know I get the call sometimes a couple days later.
She was never banned.
What'd you think about Joy asking you about sex?
Not surprised.
I think it went great. The part where I pulled off Barbara's weave, that, I should have warned her.
Now, all season long, View YouTube has been taking you behind the scenes to show you how nuts it is around here. I didn't know I was going to say that. Before, during, and after a show. And we've got a roundup of some of the best moments so far. So please, have some fun with us.
The best vlog in the world. So go to it every day. This is our favorite vlog.
Barbara said that I looked like I had been carrying 8 babies. So, somebody's dressing room is going to get trashed.
Hi, this is Kathy Griffin.
And
with
this is Joy Behar.
And I am officially unbanned from The View for 1 day.
And what'd you think about Joy asking you about sex?
Not surprised. I was nervous because I watched the show every day.
I always feel bad when I come here because I never smell as good as everyone else on the panel.
Barbara's my new manager. She said drop the acting career and be on the View, so that's what I'm doing. Would you like to see my new office?
I think it went great. The part where I pulled off Barbara's weave, that, you know, I should have warned her.
So who's the scariest guy in the country? You're looking at him right here.
Oh my God, I was on the View.
That's like the best roller coaster ride I've ever been on.
Why do you like doing our show?
Free mugs.
Corey is quite a pro when it comes to the flip cam. As a matter of fact,
Really?
Be careful he doesn't snatch that flip cam out of your hand.
Give me that.
They murdered me out there. I was in the conversation pit with those tigresses, and they murdered me.
Look how great she looks.
Oh, and it only took 4.5 hours. I don't know what I want to talk about. This is what I want to talk about. Get out!
We got some sort of mention in the Forbes magazine. We're on some list of the most influential women in the media.
How influential I supposedly am?
Yes. Yes, okay.
Do I have any influence over you?
Not really.
No. Do I have any influence over you?
What's your name?
Yeah.
Coming out of the bathroom with Valerie Burke.
We peed next to each other.
We peed together, and we would like you to join us next time we do.
This is what I'm going to do today.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
I like
Because
that.
I'm not wearing my usual undergarment.
Oh.
So my...
Hey, mixed company. Mixed company. Oh, wait a second. What is this? M&M's?
What?
Sherry. Bag of M&M's.
What? Sherry? I didn't.
M&M's.
Get out, Sherry.
Turn off the camera. Turn off the camera. Really, just turn off the camera.
All right.
Smith, back from maternity leave. You looking forward to the most?
Maybe a quick nap in between sessions.
No, I meant on the show.
Oh, on the show.
No, on the show. On the show. She's gonna sleep on the show today. It'll be a View first.
Whoopee. What are you working on in there? What do I smell?
Nothing. Wait, hold up.
What is inside you is all the moms in the office who have to put their kids in school today.
I'm still really emotional because I had to leave him.
What they say that you're not crying for your kid getting older. You're crying
Crying
that
for
you're
me.
getting older. She's crying because she's getting older.
Every other kid happy.
Yeah.
My kid crying and
Maybe it's a
begging.
sign that you're doing something wrong as a mother.
Maybe it's a sign that I'm the best mother.
First day of second grade. He did great. He did great. His best buddy cried.
Does that make you feel better to run down other people's children?
Middle of the Halloween staff fashion show.
This was not what I signed on for.
Slutty Dorothy.
Slutty Dorothy.
We call it Dorothy. Let's do this. Let's do. I think you're going to look like Adam Lambert at his high school prom. Ross is on today, says he does not allow junk food in his office. Over here, Audrey, our producer.
I've got my gum. I've got my chocolate.
She would not be allowed to work at Dr. Oz.
Chips, but they're multi-grain. Come on, a big roast beef.
See what you'd be missing if you weren't watching this thing? You see what you missed.
Now, you kissed me on the lips.
I did.
And I kissed Bernadette on the lips. I still like men. But I like a good kiss, too.
Yeah, sure. A kiss is a kiss.
A kiss is a kiss is a kiss.
We've got some good times going on.
Yes, we are the silliest bunch of world. It's fantastic. But you know what? We're so silly that we can't even stand ourselves. So we're going to go and come right back with John Krasinski.
I know you're put there in the middle for the sake of the cameras rather than for the sake of the guests, but my profile isn't bad, is it? Either direction.
Flip We just finished The View, and it was fun. Look, they're still having fun behind me. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Did you guys have fun?
We had a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was like our last time dancing.
Well, not really. We're doing the season finale.
Nelly.
Yeah.
Nelly
Oh,
dance.
yeah.
Dance.
Be sure to watch, you guys.
This is a terrible idea.
This is my call, Jim. Big picture stuff. It's about murder.
I thought we agreed that we wouldn't do things like this.
Tube City, you owe me one.
Co-managing is a give and take. You have to pick your battles. One of the battles that I picked was to stop Michael from running plastic tubes all over the office and placing hamsters inside of them.
This season, life is good for Jim on the TV show The Office. He scored a big promotion and married his coworker Pam. And life is also good for the man who plays him, who just made his directorial debut and got engaged to actress Emily Blunt. Please welcome John Krasinski.
Oh, wow.
John, we are so excited that you're here. This is your first time here.
I'm excited to be here.
Welcome.
I'm terrified. Here we go.
No, you were so great. I didn't until I met you at the Saturday Night Live rap party. I didn't know you're so tall.
Thank you.
You look great.
Thank you. Yeah, your producer said, like, I thought you'd be smaller. And I was like, do you want to fight? We can do this right now.
Emily Blunt, I love her. She's a wonderful actress.
I love her, too,
Yeah, she's terrific. But how did you meet?
We actually met. We were having dinner at separate tables, and a friend of ours just introduced each other, and it was kind of one of those things like, uh-oh, this might be a really
Did you know
long-standing thing.
when you The Devil Wears Prada? She plays that wonderful assistant.
Fantastic.
Yeah. She's hilarious.
But with
She's okay.
She's great.
With your wedding coming up, I mean, I watched the Jim Pam wedding, which was awkward and had some really terrible moments.
Yes.
And I just thought, well, did that bring up any sort of fear for your own wedding?
It totally did. It was also one of those things where I think slightly you could kind of get caught up with the emotion of it. Like I was giving my dress rehearsal speech in the show, and I say, like, you know, I knew then that I had found my wife in the show. And as I was saying that stuff, I was like, can I take 5? This is really emotional. No, it sort of brings that whole thing. It's really weird to stage a wedding before you do a wedding.
Yeah, that's good practice.
Helpful, though. Yeah.
How did you pop the question to Emily? What did you say?
I'll tell you how I didn't do it, which is it came out somewhere that we were doing, that there was like hundreds of people crying, and I was like, where do they think we were that 100 people would care? Were we at like a roller rink? Or there were like hundreds of people there crying. Everyone was crying. I was like, wow, that got misconstrued very quickly.
Oh, so nobody was crying.
What happened was I was in a blimp and took her. No, kidding. Everybody was like, did you? That's very weird. That's a very weird way to do it. Yeah, exactly.
What did you do?
We were alone, and she didn't know that I was going to do it, and she just turned around, asked me a question, and I was on my knee.
Really?
Yeah.
You had a ring.
I did, yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
On your knee, but we don't see that much. Well, sometimes we
It's
don't.
funny. Everybody asked me, like, did you get on your knee? And I was like, that's what you do, right?
Yeah.
And people were like, you did? That's amazing. And I was like, wow, setting the standards a little low.
So you're on this show that so many people watch and we love called The Office.
Yes.
And The Office, I've never seen a show filled with more dysfunctional office workers than in your show, and especially.
How about this one?
This one was a close second. But Steve Carell plays Michael Scott, right?
Yes.
He runs The Office, and I love him because he's so obnoxious, and he tries to do Chris Rock jokes all the time, and it falls flat, and you're the voice of reason.
Right.
So how did you get involved with The Office?
Actually, I was auditioning for the show, and there were about 7 people going in for the role, and they saw 6 of us, and then I was just left on a couch. This really happened. And then the casting director came out and said, we're just going to go to lunch. And I was like, really? Can't do one more? And so every, 35 people go out and have lunch and come back with sandwiches and salads. And some guy was like, you nervous about this? And I said, no, you either get it or you don't. But I'm really nervous about this show because I love the British version. There's so many ways to screw it up. It could be a total disaster. And he's like, I'm Greg Daniels. I'm the executive producer. And I was like, and I threw up in my hands. Took a minute. And he said, honesty is the best policy. So
Lucky you. He was one of those guys.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, otherwise I could have been punched in the face.
Yeah.
I want to congratulate you, too. First directorial, right?
Yes.
Debut.
Yeah.
For
Could
you.
be the last. You never know.
Well, you never know. But it's called Brief Interviews with Hideous Men. And the crux of it is that...
I feel like the universe would explode if somebody came on this show to talk about brief interviews with hideous men. It's just the irony must just... Somewhere in the universe, something's exploding.
A lot of interviews with hideous men.
Intimate interviews. But this is about essentially a woman who got dumped, right? And so she goes and interviews all these guys and gets these confessions out of them. So what sort of things did they confess to?
Oh, there's a whole lot. There's guys who confess to not performing sexually, all the way to guys who have some really, really provocative ideas that I probably shouldn't get into. But it's incredibly dark and provocative in a way, but it's very, very funny. The author, who's David Foster Wallace, is, in my opinion, one of the greatest writers we've ever had.
Yes.
And we unfortunately lost him last year. And the way he writes, he has a very unique perspective on the world that I just so appreciated. I did a stage reading in college and just fell in love with the material and have been doing it ever since, trying to get it made. So what inspired me when I was doing it was, especially in college when you're sort of looking for yourself, to find someone who speaks to asking you to take any information you're getting, political or otherwise, just take it, look at it a few degrees to the right, a few degrees to the left. And if you decide that you want to come back with the same opinion, fine, but at least do the work. And I just thought that was so incredible.
You play a character in the movie,
I
right?
do, yeah.
You play a guy who dumps his girlfriend without any explanation.
Yes.
Right. Which happens to women constantly.
Yes.
So how did you work on that? Can you lend any kind of advice to women who go out with guys like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd probably nothing that you should listen to. But in the movie, the character basically, the reason why he's the only hideous person in the movie, in my opinion, is all the other guys are basically insecure, and they're protecting this insecurity and vulnerability, and they don't want anybody to know that. Whereas this guy knows exactly what he did, and he comes up with this grandiose scheme to manipulate the woman, and basically says, "Don't you understand how this is affecting me? Like, don't you understand how this breakup's affecting me, and how the reason that I broke up was so powerful that there's no way I could have stayed with you?" And that's the sort of, I think, brutal thing that I think men can do, is the manipulation.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think we're excited to see that part of you in this film. And thank you for coming by. You got to come back.
I will.
We're so glad you're here.
Thank you so much.
You can catch The Office Thursday nights, and we'll be right back with the Food Network's Guy Fieri.
Yes.
Hey, I'm Guy Fieri, and I'm here with more diners, drive-ins, and dives.
America's choice for the next Food Network star is Guy.
To the title of the next Food Network star, and he's serving up his favorite meals from around the country in his new book, More Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Please welcome Guy Fieri!
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. So you're taking us all around the country, right? Our first stop we want to talk about is the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic region, and we're going to De Pasquale's, right?
That's how I say it?
De Pasquale.
How do I spell it? Wrong every time. Exactly.
And this is in Baltimore. Tell us a little bit about.
Okay. Well, you know, when we do diners, drive-ins, and dives, we go all over the country. Did 150,000 miles last year. Just towing that car around.
We got a little company, Guy.
I don't know, Whoopi.
I'm telling you, I got it real loud and clear that this might happen, and I didn't. Thank you for the surprise.
So keep going. Too good.
We're going to start down here. Okay, we're at De Pasquale's, and it's this great little Italian market, and they've got a wood-fired pizza oven right there where you sit.
Okay.
And they make this. Now, this is a traditional arancini, is a traditional Italian dish, and it's usually about this big around.
Right.
This right here, this is on steroids.
These are big balls.
Stuffed with ground beef, and it's a risotto. The risotto is done with a little saffron.
Okay, so
it's fried, rolled in bacon.
Okay. So it's easy to make, you're saying? You can just, like, chuck it in that boiling stuff, and it's good.
Just like that. Now,
So
take a look at that.
Oh, my gosh.
Mozzarella cheese, the peas in there, a little carrot celery, and done with the marinara around it. Fantastic. And the recipe is in the book.
And the presentation here, when they're so big, is incredible.
You guys want to try this?
Love it. They want it.
See, I don't get to... On diners, drive-ins, and dives, I don't get to...
Go for it, guys. Go for it.
Oh, I'm in trouble for this. Oh! Ooh. over his face. Okay, next one.
So
Next one.
let's keep
Now we
going to the
cruise
south.
into Charlotte, North Carolina. Nice catch, by the way.
That was a beautiful catch.
World Series and all.
That was
Okay,
like a World
so
Series
you've got the you got fried chicken. I
Yes.
go to this place called the Barbecue King.
Right.
And I was just there 2 years later that I'd been there. You know, I'd been there before. We take it, we fry it, and then with this Carolina barbecue sauce, nice tang. So
Okay.
when would you expect that fried chicken became barbecue chicken all in one?
So
What do
this
you
is
think?
sort of that combo that people want, right? It's sort of both best of both worlds.
It is. Now this
It's
side's
super
getting mad now.
crispy. This
Excuse me.
side wants that.
Excuse me. There you go. Pass it around. Be nice. All right. Okay.
Good job.
All right,
Okay,
now.
Midwest.
Whoopi, you're gonna love this one.
Midwest.
Now we go to this place, Amato's.
Okay.
I started out selling pretzels in my awesome pretzel cart. This guy, look, he's already taken
It's in Omaha, Nebraska.
It's all right. It's in Omaha, Nebraska. He makes his own sausage. I have nothing to tell you about. Anyhow, so he makes his own sausage, and it's done here with some marinara and some roasted red peppers.
Okay.
But the kicker, everything's got a kicker on Triple D.
Yeah.
The kicker is we do a garlic butter on the bun.
Oh.
What do you think? No. You need to get in on that.
So that's the signature. That's like the garlic butter is what makes this different than anything else.
Sweet sausage.
Sweet sausage,
A little bit of
hot.
fennel in there, just a touch, but just a touch of red chili flake.
Okay, so
not
this
super
is-
hot now.
So you got to get in there, and make the sausage so you can enjoy it. Like that's good, Cher?
This is when you get
Best
this,
sausage you've
you
ever
get
had?
in, you know.
Spicy. I put it in my
Get
mouth.
it, yeah, get it. That's what I'm looking for. That's good?
She likes it. She likes it. Okay,
Now, we
Southwest.
find all these funky joints. Here we are now into the Southwest. I
Yes.
pull up to this place. Now, on Triple D, we find them, and they're...
We're in San Antonio, Texas right now.
Here you go.
Oh, no, milk. Cut the heat.
Okay.
Oh, allergic to milk. Okay, can't have milk.
Fire extinguisher.
Well, you're screwed.
Okay. So we're at a place called The Cove. On one side of the place, connected right to it, is a laundromat. On the other side, a car wash.
Yes.
Okay.
Just what you expect to find.
Wow. Sure.
Exactly. Called The Cove, tiny little joint. Here's this spicy lamb burger.
Oh.
And I'm telling you, want to talk with a little coriander and cumin all in there? Now.
How do you even
Oh my
eat
gosh, how do you
this,
get
guy? This
Well, I'm going to
is
show you. It's called sandwich compression.
Okay.
Study this in school. Get down on it like that.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Okay?
That's it.
Now, we call this the hunch.
Okay.
The hunch.
I'll
Show me
trade
the
you.
hunch.
There we go.
She got it. She got it.
This one.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, that one's already flattened out.
Okay.
Now you
There
can. That's better. That's
Okay.
better. So
Now, you get your arms up.
The
So you keep your
crunch
elbows
and the
up
hunch.
so you don't run the grease down into
Down
your
the
suit. I
side,
learned this in
okay.
Philly.
There you go.
All right.
And then you get right up underneath like this, and then bring your head to it.
Elbows higher.
Elbows.
higher.
Oh, training.
There you go.
We got the spotter.
There you go, Chef.
Okay?
That's very nice. There you go. Elbows nice and high. How do you even find these places? And what makes one diner better than another?
Well, let me finish the monster bite I took. It turns into this. They got to have good food. They really got to be about food.
Okay.
I mean, being a chef, I'm going in looking at food first. Secondly, they got to have a story.
Yeah.
I mean, why are they there?
Yes.
You're not, that's what I said. I like how she hasn't said a word, and completely I feel like I'm secure.
Yes.
Laundromat, car wash, how does it come together? Place that's been handed down through 3 generations. I mean, it's this whole piece. So it's the food, it's the story, and it's the location.
Yeah.
Where are they? And Whoopi just left me.
And they have to be so excited when they see you walking in, ready to try their food,
Well, I
right?
think
Or
it's-
intimidated. Are they a little intimidated?
You know what? The chef.
They like the food. What can I say?
How is the food, by the way?
This
The
avoids
food
us
is
travel.
great.
And now I've taught you the move.
The move. She's got the elbow move. I like it. I like it. I like it, guy. But we don't even have to travel because you brought it all here for us. Which
Brought
is
it here for you,
fantastic.
and the
Thank
great
you so
thing
much.
is the book that I came out with. It's
Yeah.
my second book. It's More Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dies.
That's right.
Recipes included.
Yeah. Recipes are included.
Look at that.
If you want more information, you can check it out on the website. But guess what? You guys are all going home with a copy of God's book. That's right. We'll be right back with Joy's Month in Review. Don't go away. Thank you, guys. Good job. Congratulations.
So how was the interview?
Hold on a second. I'm just having a little bit of a panic attack. That was really intense. We made it. We made it. They are just as bad as everybody says. It was really intense, and we got through it. I'm really proud of myself, and I love them. They're awesome. Oh, God.
Well, this could be painful, but so what? Who cares?
You know, a whole lot has happened so far this season. So we're way overdue for Joy's first month in review of the season. So what's going on, girl?
Okay, well, let's get started. The first thing that happened to us this season is that the co-hosts won an Emmy for the first time in 12 years. And since, wait, thank you, but since we weren't able to attend the Emmys, I'd just like to thank...
Joy, I'm happy for you, and I'm gonna let you finish. But yo, Beyonce's the greatest talk show of all time. The best of all time.
That was the fake Kanye West. Okay, Whoopi revealed a very funny habit of hers when Julie Bowen was on the show. Take a look.
He wants attention.
And you can't do anything.
Oh, my goodness. What are you up to, Whoopi?
I'm doing the football hall, and I'm showing you how you can have fun with your kid, too, at the same time.
Yeah.
But you got to have a lot of stuff.
That was so cute, wasn't it endearing of Whoopi? Until we found some footage of a guest appearance last year that explained why we have been unable to get this very important guest to come back on our show. Take a look.
What are the first 3 things you will do if you are elected president?
First 3 things. I'm going to call in the Joint Chiefs of Staff and the relevant commanders and the Secretary of State, the whole national security apparatus, and give them a new mission.
Cheney, they would have waterboarded your feet. Okay, on the show last month, we got into a discussion about the swine flu and whether it would be advisable for 2 people to kiss during this epidemic, especially on our show. Well, I wanted to show Whoopi that I believe love and friendship conquers all. But the worst is this.
That's what I like.
That was a great moment on The View, and it got us thinking about other great moments in history of kissing. There was the famous kiss between Scarlett O'Hara and Rhett Butler, yes. The kiss between Sherry and MVP at her prom. Yeah. The kiss between Judas and Jesus, look at that. And, of course, the over-favored Barbara kissing Ben Franklin.
In the same dress.
Show you the one where she's kissing Betsy Ross. That was a little too much. Okay. Juliette Binoche, remember her? The lovely French actress. She caused quite a stir with standards and practices. When she came on our show, for some reason, she couldn't control her potty mouth and had to be constantly bleeped. Take a look.
I realized Sunday I was in big you know, that I had really to work a lot in order to get going.
She's French. It's a different idiom there.
And when you walk in France on the left foot, it's good luck. It's very good. It's very good luck. In any case, or you don't have in no, I mean,
that crazy bitch couldn't stop saying, could she? I mean, didn't she know she was on television, for God's sakes?
God, she only said it once.
Sometimes our guests on the show say outrageous things. Take a look at what comedian Jeffrey Ross had to say about our guest co-host, LaToya Jackson.
A roast is when we, usually for charity, we make fun of, we honor somebody we love by dishonoring them. For instance, if we were roasting you, LaToya, I'd say, you look beautiful, thanks for dressing like a hooker from Battlestar Galactica.
But, you know, Jeffrey Ross was so wrong, I thought. LaToya looked great that day. And I have a message for my dear friend Jeffrey Ross. LaToya did not look like a hooker in outer space. This is what a hooker looks like from outer space. Okay. You know, we have a lot of fun doing these wrap-ups, and obviously we stretch the truth and make up situations to make something funny. But right now, I'd like to play for you a clip that we have not altered in any way. It happened when so-called psychic Lori Levin came on our show and showed us a piece of tape in which she claimed to have talked to Barbara's grandmother, who's dead, obviously. So Barbara wanted to know if anyone from beyond was trying to reach her. Check out Lori's answer.
Do they have any message for me other than they support me and love me?
Let me ask. No.
The dead are just dead. And that's all there is to it. Okay, when the Letterman scandal hit, we spent an entire Hot Topics talking about sex in the workplace. And this is what I had to say. One of us was sleeping with Bill Getty. Fat chance, but still. I love him, but we're not going to do that. So let's say one of us was, and then one of us got more airtime. This has happened on a lot of shows. Yeah. Well, I know I didn't have to sleep with Bill Getty to get this gig. But then one day last week, on my way to work early one morning, and I discovered that there was a videotape that someone had left on the back seat of my limo. Take a look.
You know, as executive producer of The View, what I say goes. That is to say, nothing gets on the air without my personal approval. You understand what I'm saying, babe?
Tell you something. I'm coming down with the swine flu.
I tell you something. If you only knew how hard it was to shoot that scene. Well, here, take a look.
Personal approval. You know what I'm saying, babe?
Just tell me what I have to do.
Okay, I can do it now. Now that I know what's coming at me, I can do it better.
I'm thinking maybe it's time to give up showbiz.
I was fine until he touched me. I was great until the touch.
I'm thinking maybe it's time to give up show business.
I'm sorry. Look, I can do better.
And that is the month in review, according to moi. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
My dad told me before I came on the show, he gives me a full rundown of all the components. And I look at him, I go, Dad, you don't even watch TV. Well, you know, they really have some compelling points of view. What is my dad doing? I had to talk to my mom.
Now, Sherry, I can't even stand thinking this, but that little spot on your head, what the hell?
Burn? Oh,
your kid didn't do that to you, right?
No, because I was getting my hair done for the premiere of Precious, and they dropped the curling iron on my head. So I think I got like third-degree burns. But I look good on the red carpet, even though he burned his scalp off. Beauty hurts.
Yeah. Wait. Hold on a second.
Yeah,
so you actually wore your real hair, is what you're saying?
Well, the fake hair was like way back there, so my real hair was in the front.
Because that's, you know, those battle scars mean nothing to me.
Yeah, I got a lot
Mama
of
used
them.
to, please, with a hot comb. Listen, take a little time to enjoy the view. I'm talking about a hot comb.
Yes.